Welcome back to the Red Pride Thundercast. Today will be again yet another IHSAA filled episode. I will go over the predictions for the Plainfield baseball season, and I am looking for names for that as well. Then we will get into the Plainfield girls basketball update, and that will also be the Thunder Zone coverage as well. And then after that, it's a Hoosier Crossroads Conference team / standings and review. And we will view the top scores from last week. 'Tis a season for some baseball. I think it's time to look at the schedule for the Plainfield baseball team. The Quakers will start the season off with a scrimmage versus Indian Creek, just like last season. And the first two games of the season are two new teams on the schedule. They start the season hosting Highland. I feel like that they will easily beat Highland. The next game for the boys is Tri-West. And then another county rival, but this time it's Danville. Then the boys after Danville will gear up for a conference game versus Whiteland. After that, we have Terre Haute North. Then it is Martinsville and Monrovia. After that, we got Terre Haute South, Decatur, and Harrison. Then Center Grove comes to town. After the Center Grove game, Plainfield faces Perry Meridian and then Northview and Ben Davis. After BD, Plainfield faces number 1 ranked Mooresville. To wrap the season up, the Quakers face Cascade, Franklin twice, Avon, and Greenwood. And in my opinion, Plainfield will go 14-13 this season. And let's talk about Mooresville. Man, and the reason why I said they were ranked number 1 is because they truly are ranked number 1. They are one of the best teams in the state, with Hogan Denny, Levi Dorn, and others. And then Perry Meridian. They are bad at other sports, but dude, they are really good at baseball. Both Mooresville and Perry ran the Mid-State last season. This past Saturday, I went to Decatur Central to watch the girls' regionals against Pike. It was a fantastic game. Back and forth from the beginning. Then Plainfield was able to win regionals for the first time since 1998 with a score of 48-43. Huge shout out to the Plainfield fans who showed up that game. And it was really, really packed there. It was packed. It was loud. Huge shout out. And the students that went between 6 and 6:45 gotten free, paid by the athletic department, and was able to get free Chicago's pizza. And what a game! Plainfield, they will move on to face Lawrence. Will face Lawrence Central this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. in the Southport Semi-State. And if we win that, then we go to the Semi-State Championship against the winner of Franklin and Center Grove. But it's going to be really tough because Lawrence Central is ranked number 1 in the state. And in other words, the night before that, the Plainfield boys team played Greenwood. Well, what was at stake, you ask? If Plainfield wins, they get a chance to share the Mid-State. If Greenwood wins, Plainfield does not win Mid-State. If it does not win Mid-State, if Franklin and Decatur won. Well, it was a tough game for Plainfield. That night was not our night. Man, it was a really sad time on the way home. You know why? Even though we made runs, Greenwood was still good. Plainfield loses to Greenwood 65-58. Yes, you heard me right. Like that. And then it was just announced today. Yeah. I mean, nothing was announced today yet. It was just announced for the first time in a really long time. The IHSAA has finally released the enrollments. And when I looked at the enrollments earlier, what I thought was right. Cathedral, Crispus Attucks, Mooresville, Martinsville, Roncalli, Greenwood, and others may be sent down to 3A in boys basketball. That's going to be crazy, though. Seeing those teams in 3A. And here's the thing, too. Plainfield actually did lose a bit of like a population, but it isn't that much to send them down. So Plainfield will be staying in 4A in boys basketball. Last week I went over the Mid-State Conference, and now this week I am now going to be going over the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Let's start out with Fishers. They are 19-1. Fishers, I mean, they are a really, really, really good team. I think they're top ranked like in 4A right now. I mean, they are really, really good, and their only loss came to Hot Carmel. Second place in the IHSAA, it's Noblesville at 18-2. Man, Noblesville, they have been very strong, and they recently had a comeback victory against Brownsburg as well. Noblesville, the Millers have been very strong, and they are showing it here this season once again. And then sitting in third, it's Westfield at 16-2. Westfield, they have transfer student from after freshman year from Plainfield, Carson Melvin. Carson Melvin is such a good QB and a good basketball player. I mean, he plays basketball for them. Westfield, I think one of Westfield's losses came to Brownsburg, and then the night after that, Brownsburg lost to Carmel. Yeah, what a game what a season Westfield has had. And now it's time to talk about Zionsville, ranked 4th in the HCC at 11-10. Zionsville, dude, they are really. Zionsville's really mid. I mean, they've been showing a lot of great games. I mean, they got punched in the mouth by Plainfield. I mean, when Plainfield played them, like the night after the Martinsville game, Plainfield came out and destroyed them in Zionsville. And this past Wednesday, the Plainfield freshman team played Zionsville as well. And now it's time to talk about IHSAA. Hamilton Southeastern. They are 15-6, ranked 5th in the HCC. Hamilton Southeastern, they are a power threat. I mean, there was really nothing to talk about, just that they're really good. And then after that, it's Avon at 12-9. The Avon Orioles. Earlier this year, they released a new logo, and they've been really good in sports after that. Avon, they recently did really good they are doing good in basketball. And also, I didn't even tell you guys, but they also got a transfer student from Plainfield, Jameer Bowie, our old wide receiver for football. Sitting in 7th in the HCC, it's Brownsburg at 12-10. Brownsburg. This year, they are not as good as years past. They are usually very good, but they have not been that good this year. They're 12-10, and they're showing us. And they are now showing us that they can be beaten by bad teams. And I think that may happen once more. And then the last team ranked 8th in the HCC, it is Franklin Central. Franklin Central is ranked 10-12. They are really. They are also mid, but they are mid, Plainfield destroyed them in the scrimmage at the beginning of the season, and that's also And that's also the scrimmage that the power went out too at Franklin Central. So, and that will do it from this Hoosier Crossroads Conference update. How about those scores, everyone? Man, it once again, what an episode. Thank you for listening to the Red Pride Thundercast, episode 14. And I am your host, Nick Thunder Green. And like I said before, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I need your help, seriously. I seriously need all your guys' help. And I hope I get a lot of views on this. And this is going to be another IHSAA base episode. But, yeah. I hope to have great news entering next week about Plainfield girls basketball and Plainfield boys basketball. As the boys team, they will face Franklin. And if Franklin wins, they will get the mid-state title by themselves. But if we win, both Franklin and Decatur will win it by themselves. That will do it, everyone. Thank you for listening to episode 14 of the Red Pride Thundercast. How about those scores, everyone? Man, it once again, what an episode. Thank you for listening to the Red Pride Thundercast, episode 14. And I am your host, Nick Thunder Green. And like I said before, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I need your help, seriously. I seriously need all your guys' help. And I hope I get a lot of views on this. And this is going to be another IHSAA base episode. But, yeah. I hope to have great news entering next week about Plainfield girls basketball and Plainfield boys basketball. As the boys team, they will face Franklin. And if Franklin wins, they will get the mid-state title by themselves. But if we win, both Franklin and Decatur will win it by themselves. That will do it, everyone. Thank you for listening to episode 14 of the Red Pride Thundercast.